But as long as we say to ourselves we will do as we please, the same thing it falls into our moral structure. The morality of the people is falling, and falling seriously.
Good evening, everyone. I hope all is well in these unfortunate, disturbing, troubling times. I'm back yet again with another video, and I have one of my wonderful guests, Axel. Axel, what's been going on, man? It's been a long time since you and I have been able to chat, been able to talk. Where have you been, man?
Yeah, it's been more than a year. The last interview was I think set August or September to 2022. So more than a year. So yeah, I'm very glad to be back, doing creating some content and do an interview with you, man. It's a pleasure for me. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you for reaching out to me. I saw you had recently did a video with Will Keller. I still have to check it out. Because I just got back in town, and unfortunately, I caught a fever. Which I'm going to talk about. Yeah, hell, I going to be checking that video out possibly sometime later today or hell sometime this week. But hell, it's glad to have another, um, you know, her natural law teacher, at least, her back, trying to spread this message. Since unfortunately, people still don't want to, talk about, her natural law. People don't want to understand objective morality, and people just want to still focus on the symptoms, or like the 3D conspiracy theories, or
That's
what, like what seems to be making the most money. So
that's right. Yeah, I fully agree with that. You you might I don't even know what you say. The alternative media, I check it every day. It's absolute garbage and nonsense what they talk about. Most of the things is frustrating. You go on the social media platforms everywhere on the alternative side of the internet. It's absolute nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Most people know nothing. Okay, I don't claim to know everything, but you know what I say? I've done my own research. Most of the people, alternative media, they haven't. They
yeah,
still talk about they want. I did a video yesterday as well. It's more than an hour long. It says the title of the video is says "Why is humanity enslaved?" You should check it out. I laid down all the points of why humanity is enslaved, and one of the points that I explained of the reason why humanity is still enslaved is people talk about the symptom of the disease. At the very beginning of the video, I explained that in the first 10 minutes before going to my 4 or 5 points of the reason why humanity is enslaved. People tend to talk about the symptoms of the disease. That's what human beings do. That's why you see the medical system is all about. The entire system is all about when they want to try to solve a problem, they go to the symptom of the disease. They don't go to the causal factor. That is why we have problems. That's why we are enslaved. Nobody wants to go to the causal factor. Why is it happening? Why is that? What's the reason why? And correctly identify the causal factors. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
that is why we're enslaved as a species. Little to no progress is being made since the dawn of humanity. We've been always enslaved. It's frustrating, and people don't give a shit. Quite frankly, I see it every day. That's one of the reasons why since I would say January 2023 until December 2023, almost a year, I had to take an hiatus from putting content out. You know, I was frustrated because humanity is not being helped by this knowledge. They don't give a damn. You see it every day. Look how dumb and retarded people are. You know, it's
Yeah.
sad. It's like almost you need to insult people. You know what I'm saying? I laugh at it, but it's sad. You know.
It's funny because you said that we need to insult people. We need to bring more vitriol, you know. We need to bring more acidic speech. Because the problem with people is they're fucking hard-headed, calcified, egos. And in the first stages of the alchemical, tradition, when it came to taking base metals and turning them into gold, you had the first step of calcination. Well, what you would do is you would use the form of vitriol, which was the sulfuric acid to to break down because it would react toward metals. It would react to all other metals outside of gold. So in the breaking down of these metals, it was symbolic of breaking down people's egos, breaking down their egoic hell attachments, breaking down their beliefs, breaking down their worldviews, and breaking down their emotional hell attachments. And the vitriol was it was Vesitae interere terre rectificando invenius occultum helipedum. And we need more of this. I think people who are still fucking ignorant, people who are still buying into, government, people who are still voting should be made fun of. Hell, they should be ridiculed. They should be laughed
Absolutely.
at. Like hell, they should be damn near tarred and feathered and taken out into the middle of the city and absolutely made fucking fun of. And also too, you brought up, like trying to watch other influencers. This is something that Derek Bartolocelli has talked about in some of his recent work, man. Because I've seen it, how you see all of these influencers, while they're in the alternative media, it like hell, it doesn't matter. 99.99999% of them are talking about absolute fucking garbage.
Exactly.
Garbage.
Absolutely.
Like they're stuck in fucking dialectics. They're talking about political stuff. Um, um, they're still talking about like the man versus woman's split. They're talking about just fucking ridiculous shit. Still harping on the January 6th shit. Like all of this is a fucking stage,
Retarded
man.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not getting to like any real world causal factors. But what it does do, it keeps that hamster wheel spinning and it keeps that money revenue flowing in because if you start talking about real issues, people don't want to hear that. Once you start telling people to, hey, stop pointing the finger at everyone else. No, it's not the left. No, it's not the right. No, it's not the socialists. No, it's not fucking Antifa. No, it's not, have the migrants. No, it's not the communists. It's fucking you. People don't want to fucking hear that. People don't want to fucking hear that. Then you start talking about morality. What's the first thing people do when they hear the word morality? Oh, you're a fucking religionist. No, morality and religion has nothing to do with each other.
Exactly.
Nothing to do with nothing to do with each other. Morality has to do with knowledge, you knowing what a right is and knowing what a right is not, and you exercising that and you are choosing the right over the fucking wrong. No religion has ever gave a accurate interpretation of morality. They've always tried to put it in their own means, in their own interpretation to control people. And this is how dumb people are. This is how fucking ignorant people are. This is how fucking immoral people are. Is you're trying to like give them, like the keys to unlock their own fucking mind. And what do? They just slap this shit away. Like, this is how dumb they are, man. Like, just straight fucking ignorant, can't think for themselves, don't want to take any fucking personal responsibility. Heavens forbid you even, mention, how shadow work. People will look at you like, what the fuck does that even mean? You
Is
know?
that the fucking retards, man? It's the one of the reasons why humanity is enslaved is humanity does not know the actual and the objective difference between right or wrong behavior. Most people don't know that. You ask them what's a wrong behavior. What is a wrong behavior? Nobody can give you the definition of what's a wrong behavior. And you ask them what's a right. They don't know what's a right. They don't know what a right is. It's dumb bags of shit. And your owners are sitting in a multi-mansion and house, billionaire's house, okay, with all the women which are underage girls anyway, and then you have cognac and a lot of liquors on their hands, drinking and laughing at you. They're watching the big screen and watching the so-called minions called human beings, the dumb bags of shit beings called human beings walking around the street without knowing what they're doing, and they're laughing at you every day, every single day. They're laughing at you, okay, as they should, because humanity is a joke. It's a joke species. Okay, I don't even have hope for humanity. I don't even see humanity doing something about it. They all talk big. They think they know, but when they, as soon as the mouth open, liquid shit pulls out of it. Okay, absolute verbal diarrhea. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And,
It's
it just shows how these social engineers have literally sculpted and molded people's minds like Play-Doh. I mean, like, yeah, literally. And I made a meme many years ago. If you ever seen the movie Ghost, where like they're doing like the clay sculpture, like that's what it's like. These social engineers and dark occultists have literally sculpted and molded people's minds. They have literally interjected their own thoughts into freaking these minds. They have interjected their worldviews. They have interjected so much negative, dangerous information into people's mindsets, and people are running with how these thought forms. People are building, constructing worldviews, and then they're also teaching these same fucking negative worldviews to their own children. And then they think that they are somehow moral. They think that they are somehow right. They think that they are somehow fucking correct. When in actuality, in reality, they are wrong. They are
yeah,
wrong. And that's why they are under mind control. And that's why they can't see this. Because most people, like most influencers, most people in alternative media, they don't even bring up mind control. They don't even bring up social engineering. They act like it doesn't hell exist. And that's the problem, is the mind control is so fucking real. Like, it is so evident. It's been there since day one. It's the elephant in the fucking room. And yet people just throw it under the table. You know, that's why you have a lot of social engineers, who just demonize women, and they leave out, how to. I'm sorry, you have a lot of social influencers who just demonize women, and they leave out social engineering. Then you have a lot of
mhm,
women who demonize men, and then they leave out social engineering. They leave out the mind control. The mind control can't be left out because it has always been there, and it's going to continue to be there as long as humanity continues to do absolutely nothing about it. And we wonder why shit hasn't fucking changed because people haven't understood the techniques of mind control. I mean, hell, I look, the Super Bowl is coming up soon. And mind you, I don't watch television, right? But you're gonna have a lot of fucking idiots who are going to be doing videos about the Illuminati Super Bowl, symbolism.
yeah, yeah,
It's like guys, are we still fucking on that? And they're gonna demonize symbols, gonna say, oh, it's all evil, you know.
They don't
And
even they know shit. That's what they are.
yeah,
I see it on Instagram. Absolute when they talk about conspiracy, they don't know even most of the thing they say. It's absolute garbage. I just got a comment. I commented somewhere a good video on Instagram that talks about the police being involved in Freemasonry. You see the comments down. People don't know what Freemasonry is. I thought I had to write on the comment on the video comment on that video saying those are Satanists, those are dark masons, which is different from true Freemasonry. Okay, there's a light aspect and then a dark aspect of every mystery school traditions. The occult is not everything. Okay, so I know that personal fact. Even my own dad told me that. Okay, so is a lot of people don't know what Freemasonry is. They think it's about Freemasonry. It's about people say the Illuminati. Most people don't know what the word Illuminati comes from,
yep,
what the Illuminati is. They don't know what it means. Okay, it comes from the Bavarian Illuminati, which is a secret society created in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt. Okay, a German philosopher, a Jesuit German philosopher, who wanted to split from his Freemasonic lodges and started his own idea of secularism. Okay, he was an occultist. That's what people don't know. And he was obviously part of the ruling class. Okay, and from there you have the Bavarian Illuminati, but that's not the so-called elite of the world, secret society who runs everything. It's a small secret society who had who has like he has the pillars, his own pillars from the initiation of communism. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
A lot of people don't even know none of this.
yeah,
Don't know nothing about this. They're retarded. They don't know what the all eyes like this, the all eyes symbolism
yeah.
mean.
And they'll demonize it.
They
They'll
don't know
demonize
what
it.
it means.
Yep.
This the all eye symbol means it's a in a good aspect. Let's talk about the good aspect. It means the eye or the providence. They represent the pineal gland that sees everything. There is the eye of knowledge of the creator of the universe, spiritual knowledge. It represents spiritual knowledge and the creator of the universe. Okay, the grand eye that sees everything. Okay, it's like they sees the metaphysical world. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means. This the people in the so-called the $1 bill, the seal of the $1 bill. They use that because these people are occultists. They pervert what's the good knowledge, good occultism. They pervert the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want people to know what that knowledge means. They want to keep everything ignorant. They use that symbol, the Ocean Eye in the $1 bill, because they know what it means. It means that it represents God and the creator of the universe the with the pineal gland. They telling you with the pyramid, with the brick layers building up on the top of the pyramid, which the brick layers represent the entropy of the soul. Okay, so they want to block that light. They want to be God on earth. That's what it means. They want to usurp the throne of the creator of the universe. It's a satanics. The way they use it, they are dark occultists. They telling you they want to be God on earth. That's what the pyramid with the all eye symbol means. You see what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that. Most people they say, "Oh, Caesar, oh, is the Illuminati is evil." No, it depends on how you use it.
Yeah.
Same thing with the swastika. The swastika is not even a Nazi symbol.
Yep.
Comes from ancient Indus Valley tradition.
And it meant
It represents
what good luck, have good
good
fortune,
luck
right? Yeah.
exactly. The Nazi being dark occultists, because a lot of people don't know that Nazism has dark occultists occultism origin. All the ranks in Nazi Germany, they were all of them dark occultists. Okay, the sorcerers, which come from dark occultism, and the people who run this planet are occultists. They're the ones who gave you the ideology of Nazism. They pervert the symbol, okay, of the swastika. Even the symbol of the black sun, the sigil, I forgot the name, the seal of the black sun, the inverted rays of the black sun,
Yeah,
which
and
is a
yeah,
Nordic symbol. You know,
yeah. And you was talking about, how the brick layered pyramid. Well,
pyramid. Yeah,
hell, when you look at people's consciousness and how stale, or I shouldn't say consciousness, because people are devoid of conscious, and they're devoid of consciousness, then it's almost like they are those bricks that's being laid as the foundation. And, as more and more ignorance is being built, you have the social engineers who are standing on top, who are trying to play God, you know?
exactly.
Because when you look at people's thinking, it is literally like a form of a brick, because the square symbol, held the symbol of a square, it meant like base consciousness. You were fucking ignorant. You know,
Yeah,
if someone called you a square, hell, in symbolic terms, there was nothing to be, happy about. Like you were still in base consciousness. You was unaware. You didn't have the wisdom. You had a childish mentality. You're still buying into fucking religion. You're still ignorant. You're still buying into stupid fucking shit.
yeah,
So you have that brick mentality. You can't think outside the box.
yeah.
And
This
that's
your soul is trapped. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. And that's most people's thinking, is they can't think outside the box, because the social engineers have destroyed their creative mind, have destroyed their creative essence, have destroyed their creative capacity. And that's why we see people, they're not doing shit. They're not creating. Hell, we see it in all the movies. They're just regurgitating, the same shit. You see it like in the TV shows, it's just the same shit over and over and over a hell again. Well, look at the average individual's lives. What the fuck are they actually creating? Are they creating anything of any substance? No, they're just going to fucking work. Hell, coming home, they're pissed off, not spending any time with the family. Hell, not doing anything of fucking joy, not taking in any fucking real knowledge. You know, not getting involved. That's why people who have these bricks form of consciousness can't break the fucking cycle. And that's why
exactly.
we see so many people not willing to get involved, not willing to use their voices, not willing to say, hey, I'm not going to let this system of slavery, because that's what it is. Hell, this slave system, aka the government, aka man's authority, man's illusion of authority, because it is a big hell illusion, and it's been the biggest fucking lie throughout man's history, is that one man or a group of men have more rights than you or I. That has been the biggest lie throughout human history. People keep talking about, oh, COVID's going to go down. No, it has still been the ideology of statism. Statism has been the biggest fucking lie ever sold throughout the history of mankind. Because look how many people have bought into it, and look how many lives have been lost to it. And we wonder why things aren't changing. And I keep hearing people, keep hearing people talking about, oh, people are waking up. I'm like, what the fuck?
Where is this awakening?
Right, right.
Fuck all of that.
Yeah,
They're lying to your teeth. They're
yeah.
liars. There ain't no awakening. People are not waking up. They're even dumber than years ago. I always said that right after I spent you. I'm gonna explain how the alternative media and the freedom movement, so-called freedom movement, was starting well, and it has been hijacked. Right after 2001 with the 9/11 false flag event by the U.S. government and intelligence agency. Okay, a lot of people in the alternative media, they started to quickly question that. Okay, they started to question that what was all about, and you could see people starting researching about 9/11. They understood it was a false flag event in many aspects. Not, I'm not talking about the dumb population, a small minority of people. They started to questioning, and around 2005, 2006, that's where Mark Passio and a lot of great researchers start coming out and doing podcasts explaining this knowledge. They were starting to do a lot of good progress. They were starting to buy, people were starting to buy computers, learn how to build websites. There was a lot of good stuff. People were transitioning out of the political party system, because there was a scandal in 2004, the about John Kerry, at the time the presidential candidate opposing George W. Bush. Okay, being went they went going in the same school as George W. Bush.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember that.
they were
Yeah.
both they both went the same school in Yale University, and they were part of the fraternal dark occult order, the Skull and Bones,
Yep.
and that caught the attention of a lot of people in alternative media. They started questioning. Oh, now we understand. The Republican Democrats, they're both the same trash, the same thing. And then at that time, they were the revolution era of Ron Paul. They were starting to talk about against the Federal Reserve, about the monetary system.
Yep.
They started to understand, well, fractional banking system, fractional reserve banking system, and the central banks. Some people were started talking about the occult, astrotheology, all of that. It was starting to emerge, the knowledge. Okay, and then you see, people like Mark Passio and all the researchers, Chris Geo, I think they will start talking about all this knowledge, all these things. Mark is still doing a great job, obviously, because he's way ahead of most researcher, in my opinion. And not until, because the so-called power that be, they know this. They watch everything. They know that they're not gonna allow people to see through the two political party system, the illusion of left wing and right wing paradigm, because this is how you keep the population enslaved. You need to make them believe that politics are real, that government is legitimate, it's to enslave them, because that's what government is. It's slavery. It's the false illusion of authority vested in human beings, which it does not exist. Okay, what happened is the social engineer, being intelligent, evil geniuses that they are, they say, "Oh, we're gonna bring a guy that's gonna um, bring a huge political polarization in the U.S. and throughout the world, and make people fall back into the two political paradigm of left wing and right wing." And that guy was Donald Trump. Beautiful execution of social engineering there. 2016 election. A lot of people were starting to wake up, and they were going to the libertarian way, slowly going to uh, anarchism. They started to fall back to to buy the government and politics shit. You know what I'm saying? And beautiful execution. This is how you know the social engineer. They know what they're doing, and from there on, a lot of people were awake. So they were starting to see through the mind control tactics of government, religion. They bought all over again. They started buying again to they started thinking that Donald Trump is the good guy, that he's going against the deep state, and yeah, he's gonna save us from the deep state, from the mob. Yeah, he's against the system.
Hey, hold on,
Oh, but
wait, hold on, hold on.
never mind mentioning this guy was in an island, Epstein Island, with
Right,
that piece of shit of Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, we don't want to talk about that. Oh no, he's the good guy, ain't it?
and then just
But you
real
don't
quick,
say that he was in a Jeffrey Epstein Island.
real
You
quick.
know, don't ever mention them. The so-called right winger
Yeah,
polish.
there is no
Don't
such thing as the deep
they can't
state.
even see that
There is no such thing as the deep state. Like people throw out these terms. There is only the state.
the state
There is only
exactly.
the state. There is no deep state. Like there is only the state, and it's fucking evil. It's fucking immoral. So when people start talking about like the deep state, they try to separate it as though oh, the state is good and the deep state. No, the state
Exactly.
is
Well done.
fucking
That's right.
like it's fucking immoral. These are just fucking tactics to try to mind control people, man. To to label things, and that's what people need to understand. It's the slavery aspect is the problem, and I kind of want to get back to the proxy hell awakening, because what I wanted to say is when I hear people talking about people are waking up, I want to ask them, what is your criteria and what is your standard as far as being hell awake? And what I mean by that, like when something is a standard, it's held at this level. And then therefore, if something doesn't meet that level, then it's not going to adhere to my standard. So what I want to ask people is, how do you measure, if somebody is truly hell awake? And what I like to do is okay, if someone doesn't understand objective morality, someone doesn't understand how natural law, how someone doesn't understand that, that all forms of government is slavery. Therefore, all forms of government are immoral. If someone has no knowledge of the occult traditions, the mystery schools, and then two, if someone is not even engaged in the shadow work, those are my criterias on as far as being, I don't even want to say awake, or being conscious, you know. And that's why I can truly say there is no awakening taking place, because most people wouldn't even meet one of those criterias that I just listed. Therefore, it's very rare for you to meet two or three of those criterias. That's why I keep saying there is no awakening taking place. Just look at the effects that are taking place. You know, is government getting bigger and bigger? Yes. Are we seeing more and more police brutality throughout the world? Absolutely yes. Um, are we gaining more rights? Are we gaining more freedom? No. Are we seeing more and more propaganda? Yes. Are we seeing more and more people voting? Yes. Are we seeing, more children being rescued from these pedophiles and all these kid fuckers, that are around the globe? No. Is anyone being held accountable for what's taking place? No. Are the moral individuals, the few that we have, stepping up, willing to use the correct amount of force to stop this evil system? Is that taking place? No.
No,
So
it's not.
right. So where is this hell awakening? Like,
Yeah, because
it's not there.
yeah, like you said, a lot of people, they wanna believe false, erroneous belief system. They wanna hear what they wanna hear, not what I actually want, not what the truth actually is. Okay, they don't wanna hear the truth. Okay, they cannot handle the truth. They don't wanna hear that most people are dumb people. Most human beings are not intelligent people. Okay, they are capable of being holistically intelligent. They know all this knowledge, but they're not intellectual. They're dumb people. That's why we're enslaved right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, people, this alternative media right after 9/11, like I explained, they were starting to question the system. They was starting to go away from the two political party system. And then as soon as this guy Donald Trump, this clown, this guy, the same shield, came into power, a lot of people say, "Oh, he's the good guy. He's gonna save us from the deep state, from the system. Oh, he's the good guy, yeah." But never mentioned he was in the island with Jeffrey Epstein, with his buddy Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, he was a good friend of the Clinton family, but nobody says that. Okay, you see him with with the Clintons. His son-in-law Jared Kushner was one of the. Um, he was invited to the Bilderberg group in 2019, right before the so-called pandemic happened. And but nobody ever mentioned that. No, how dare you? Because then you're gonna, how do you say, they're gonna wake up to the reality that nobody's gonna save them. There ain't no politician that is gonna come to save you. They're all of them immoral trash. They're all there to enslave you, and people can see this shit. They still think, oh, Joe Biden. No, 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 no. They're all the same shit. They're the puppets put in there by the power that be, that you never ever know who they are and their names. You're never gonna see them in your lifetime. Never. They're the ones who control the system. Okay, the permanent government, like David Icke like to call it.
Yeah.
Okay,
And it says
if
a
people can
lot.
see this shit,
It
they
says a lot about, someone's psychology when they are adult, but they are reaching out to be saved. Like, is that not someone that has a child like, well, so I'm sorry, I shouldn't say a child, an infant like mentality? We have grown adults, and when you see like the videos of them praising, Trump, like, oh, oh, Daddy Trump, please, just, like, I'm like,
yeah, the
literally,
alternative media, everybody talk about Trump being the good
yeah.
guy, the so-called. Go to Ben video, all the content creator Ben video. They know shit about what's happening. They're talking about the new world order, oh, World War III, all of this, but none of them ever mention mind control. Nobody ever says the left wing, right wing. Nobody ever tells, oh, government is slavery. Oh, we are enslaved as a species. Oh, there is no such a thing as government being legitimate. Nobody ever talks about natural or the occult. Nobody ever talks about astrotheology when it comes to religion. Nobody talks about none of that. They all talk about, oh, Trump is coming to save. All of them talk about the 2024 election as the hope for humanity. That somehow this election is going to define what's going to happen. You're full of fucking shit if you think that.
Didn't we say that
Okay,
about the
that's all I have
last
to say.
election? And then we said that about the election before the last election, and then we said it about the election before.
Exactly.
Like, we said it about every fucking hell election, and hell again, it shows how people's mindsets are literally damaged. And I did a video a while back where I talked about brain atrophy. Like, I literally think that, like, that people's mindsets are so damaged that they literally have holes in their neocortex, and their brains have started to shut down because they have never really actually used them. They have never really, thought, real thoughts. They've never really gotten to any form of creative outlet. And just like any, like any muscle, if it's not used, it will start to shut down, over time. And brain atrophy is a real thing. And I think that most people suffer from that, and it's not just, by chance. Hell, this is something that has been, hell, engineered. And that's why they can't see, have these things that we are talking about, and that's why they are still stuck in this form of hopium, this cult of the savior, like how this savior complex, man. I mean, because if you just look at, how Daddy Trump, which they all just want Trump to be, how freaking their dad, like he's the rich dad
Fucking
that motherfuckers never had, you know,
yeah.
so they have this kind of, like
Well, he
this kind
never
of,
started any wars, but people don't understand how social engineers they want you to be. They want people to believe that Donald Trump is the good guy, so people still believe in a dialectic of right versus left. Okay, it's a polarization dialectic. I'm gonna talk about Trump, and then we're gonna talk about natural law and the occult. So, as a brief aside, the very reason why the so-called 2020 election was so-called a fraud, it's a dialectic. It's a way to polarize people. Okay, to believe the government is the right wing are the good guy and the left wing are the bad guy. Okay, it's a dialectic. Okay, Donald Trump is not the good guy. He's one of them. He's a puppet. Just Joe Biden is. Okay, just Hillary. They all. It's a big club and you ain't in it. Like George Collins said. Okay, he didn't start any wars not because he decided, which is not even true because in Syria, you still had airstrikes during his administration. Okay, there was a problem in Afghanistan. The U.S. troops were still in Afghanistan. Okay, people don't even know any of this. Okay, and what else? He didn't start any wars not because he's so good, because the court told them we don't want you to start any wars because then the political dialectic of you being the good guy it will fall. People wanna see are gonna start questioning, is this guy is just like any other president. And people are gonna start questioning the government and they cannot have that. They're not gonna allow people to see through the political what government actually is. Otherwise, their system collapses. It's not that hard to see it,
yeah.
and
Now,
yet people in alternative media cannot see it. It's sad.
now he may not have started any physical wars, but he did start a spiritual war because remember he did, and he still brags about bringing in the death shots. Hell,
Exactly.
the death jabs, and hell again, his dick rod and cult members don't ever hold him accountable for that. Now, they'll say how much hell they are anti-vax, and rightly so, but they don't hold that motherfucker hell accountable. If he was such a good guy, then why would he have introduced this deadly toxic poison that that has killed so many fucking people? So that was the war that he started. Hell, that was the genocide, hell, that he
The
brought to side.
lockdown, and people still have faith in this politician. They lie to your teeth, and they social the power that be this the Satanists behind the power structures are laughing at you every fucking day. 24 hours in a fucking day laughing at you. Ha ha ha. And you can see it. They're pissing their pants off. That's what they're doing. They're smoking a cigarette and laughing at you every fucking day. And you can see it. They're so dumb. Okay. I want to see these people in alternative media puke over them. That's what I wanted to do because you're dumb. You just dumb, son. That's it.
It really is hard trying to watch people's content now, because it's like, how have you not come across the work of natural law? Like, how
Yeah.
have you not come across, how some of these topics that we are trying to hell explain? I mean, mind you, Mark Passio's been doing this for what, hell, with 15 years. You got people like Vinny Eastwood, who's been doing this possibly just as long. You got people like Sethicus Boza, who's been doing this a long time. You got people like Mario West, who've been doing this
Kanye West,
a
yeah, yeah.
long time. You got people like Cat Waters, who've been talking about these things for a long time. It's like the information has been out there, for decades, you know, even since before, even before, Mark and all how these great how artists have been putting out information. The information has been out there. It is now it's so easily, to find. So how is it that people have not come across it? And my only conclusion is they don't want to come across it. They don't want to hear about real objective morality. They don't want to hear about real objective truth. They don't want to hear about how the laws of nature and how the laws of creativity work. How they want to stay focused on the realm of they want to stay focused on the realm of effects while negating the realm of causality. So it's a
Exactly.
it's a deliberate effort now, a deliberate effort for someone to have not come across this information because a lot of these people in the alternative, um, um, in alternative media have been doing it for at least 10 years. So how could you have not come across this information by now? If you was really engaging and constantly trying to, enhance your development, trying to enhance your growth, and trying to enhance your understanding of what's going on in reality, then wouldn't you be willing to accept new information? Of course you would. But they're not willing to accept new information. They want to stay in their comfort zone, where the money is. Because
Exactly.
if you start talking about objective morality, you're not going to start making any money. If you start telling people to point the finger at themselves and start looking in the mirror, you're not going to start making any money. You're not going to get, the exclusive premium deals, that we see from all these fucking influencers. It's just not going to happen because you're telling people something that they don't want to hear, something that they need to hear, but yet they choose not to listen to. You know, it's one
Exactly.
thing to hear something, but it's another thing to listen. So all of these false influencers, they're proxy influencers because you're only influencing the mind into straight sewage. That's all that they are doing. And you can see it in their followers, in their cult members, because I've seen live streams on like Rumble where motherfuckers have 300,000 viewers. 300,000.
Fucking hell. Wow.
And they're only talking about January 6th Trump shit, political shit. 300,000 people are listening to a live stream and they're just talking about the fucking hamster wheel, the fucking circus wheel, the fucking clown show. And the followers are just eating it up, man. Just, like just eating it up. Just straight fucking filth. Just straight garbage. And this is the problem with people, man. And like this is why I've kind of I've kind of lost hope for humanity. Like I don't think we're going to.
Humanity is never gonna go understand any of this. They're
Yeah.
fucking retards.
Yeah.
You know.
I've kind of lost hope in trying to win this battle in the realm of consciousness because I've realized that people don't even have a consciousness to a degree, like they are literally that program. I mean, people are just damn near robots now, devoid of emotion, devoid of intelligence, devoid of creativity. They have literally just handed it over, to the social engineers. And they're like, I'm fine in the state that I'm in. I'm fine in the mindset that I'm in, not wanting to grow, not wanting to learn, not wanting to explore, not wanting to dive into the unknown, not wanting to learn about consciousness, because that's another word that's never even talked about in alternative, media is consciousness. Like yeah, you like
A
that's
lot
a
of them
word
they
that's
believe in
extinct.
Christianity. The so-called Jesus was a white dude. The Christianity. conservative Christians. That's what they talk about, right
Oh,
wing.
yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
which
get me.
is none of them ever mentioned the Vatican and being in a moral organization. None of them ever mentioned what astrotheology is. And none of them ever mentioned. It's frustrating. It's sad.
Yeah, don't get me started on these dumb fucking stupid ass religionists. And I don't give a fuck what religion you are. If you're a fucking Muslim, if you are a fucking Christian, if you are fucking Judaism, if you are a fucking dumbass Buddhist, I don't give a fuck, man. You're a dumb motherfucker. Because like one thing when I lose respect on people is when they start harping on religion, oh, you just need to believe. Man, get the fuck out of here. Because what you're saying is action is not fucking required. So so
Exactly.
so a pedophile can can go around raping kids, and yet as long as he believe, he'll be, he'll gate it into these doors of fucking bliss. Get the fuck out of here with that stupid shit. A fucking a fucking murderer can go around fucking murdering people, but as long as he converts over and just believes, hard enough, he'll be accepted. That's got to be some of the stupidest fucking shit ever created. I mean, like,
Retarded.
how low of intelligence do you have to be to buy into something like this? And then two, it gets rid of fucking action. That's why you have so many dumbass fucking Christians just sitting back, just waiting for the second coming of Christ, which ain't never gonna fucking happen, because you can't come back if you wasn't fucking here to begin with in the first place. Just sitting back, just waiting and hoping that, that some, hell, that something is never gonna take place is gonna happen. Like it's a I'm trying not to get pissed off, man, but this is why I lost hope for humanity. Because you got 99.99% healthy dumbasses buying into slavery. Then you got the other half, like the right brain people who claim to be good, who claim to be spiritual, but religion has nothing to do with spirituality. Yet they're still trying to fucking serve two masters. They're still worshiping mammon. They're still worshiping money. They're still worshiping booty. They're still worshiping fucking materialistic goods. And then you have like the small, what maybe 0.0000001% of the real teachers of consciousness, of natural law, of morality, which there ain't many of us, probably less than 100 in the world from what I've
It's
seen,
a,
which is,
a
possibly,
peace and fuel. It's a pittance. Peaceful pittance.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And we think we can change. Fuck say human
yeah,
beings. Human beings are animals are better than human beings. How about that?
yeah,
Much more better than human beings. More compassionate. They much better than human beings. Human beings are evil trash. Okay?
yeah,
Most human beings, not all of them, most human beings. Okay? They think they know what they're doing, but that's why they're winning. That's why the true God of creation is allowing this evil psychopath to win. Okay? Because we're doing nothing. And people want to pray, oh, for the end times, oh, the rapture, oh, Jesus gonna come and save you. Jesus, as soon as he sees you, he's gonna urinate over you, so-called Christians. Okay, if the allegorical or historical figure of Jesus Christ sees what they done in his name, walks in the church with him crucified, he's gonna urinate over the priest and the people attending the liturgy. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna laugh at you
yeah,
because you're a dumb fuck. Okay,
yeah, you
and
know,
he's gonna say, "Oh, Christian, we have to pray."
yeah, where
You
his praying ever
are
got people, hell, where his praying ever got people when they were being exterminated. I mean,
they're
like,
laughing at you.
yeah, I mean, like, how well did that shit work out? And one thing that I want to actually dumb fucking stupid ignorant, immoral her religion is, why would the God of creation, how whatever whatever you want to call it, how mind you, I'm not a fucking atheist, how those are just another group of dumb fucking idiots, but why would the God of creation favor humanity over all, like over all of his creations? Like, if the creator created everything, why would he favor one over the other? Wouldn't he, you
Exactly. Yeah.
like it doesn't make any fucking sense. He would favor all of his creations. He would favor the rocks. He would favor the land. He would favor the waters. He would favor the winds. He would favor the mineral kingdom. He would favor the animal kingdom. He would favor, how the fish, the fish kingdom. But yet man somehow thinks, especially, the religious indoctrinated man, thinks that, oh, God cares for me more than his other fucking creations. Like you can see how dangerous and fucking toxic this worldview is. And that's the reason why these dumb fucks, are just involved in it, in action, because they're like, well, I'm God's favorite. I don't need to fucking do anything. I don't need to start speaking out on hell authority because God favors me and my people over everyone else. Like, it's such a fucking cop out, man. And it's such a fucking weak bitch boy, bitch girl way of thinking.
That's right. If people are fucking retards, they don't see it. Which is the notion of God's chosen people comes from the gods, small g gods in the ancient past of these, so the beings, the Anunnaki, who are allegedly the extraterrestrial beings who allegedly created humanity through the genetic, um, genetically created human beings. That's the notion of human origins. People don't even know where the words come from. Everything, the system is a lie. Everything is a lie. There's a bunch of shit, and people cannot see this shit. They're just idiots. And then you think you're doing a good job, huh? Aren't you?
Speaking of
Jesus Christ.
speaking of the words, not only do they not know where they come from, man, you literally have people who think that they can just make up fucking definitions, change fucking definitions as if they can change how how reality is based, because the words are a reflection of reality to get us to understand and decode her reality. So reality has meaning because it's objective. It's something that we all share. We all have to live here together. So in order for us to understand that, like, there's a reason why how human beings are capable of speech. Speech helps us communicate, but it also helps us decode the objective world. So when we start thinking that we can change these fucking definitions of words, then that means, we can start changing our own interpretation of reality. Like, it doesn't fucking lead to anything of good. It doesn't lead to anything of order. It doesn't lead to anything of abundance. Because, I mean, hell, think about it. If I started calling this mouse a fucking car, or like if I started to, like change the fucking definition of it, and then you came and you used the same item, it would always lead to a form of imbalance, of misunderstanding, and that's the problem. It is how definition means something. And that's what people don't fucking understand is definitions have meaning. When things don't have meaning, they don't have any worth. They don't have value. That's the reason why we define fucking words.
Exactly. The people they don't. There's even a lot of the so-called attached. They're very a lot of religions that are attached to the Bible. I like the Bible as a book. I think he has a powerful allegories in both Old and New Testament. It talks about many things that actually. happened in the ancient past. You know what I'm saying? Either historically or allegorically. Um, it's a retell of the ancient texts that preceded the Bible thousands of years ago. And a lot of people, religious people especially, they read the Bible, they do not know where the word come from. They think that as soon as they read the English definition, oh, that's what it means. But you need to know what it meant back then. You need to
Yep.
translate the Bible in the original language, which is Hebrew
Yep.
and Aramaic and Sumerian. People don't even know that. They just read the Bible in English. Oh, that's the Bible talks about God. No, you need to read the English. The Bible written in English is not the original version. All
Right.
right, that should be common sense. People are so dumb. That's it. You see how dumb people are like that. It's like me reading this the Bible translated in the modern languages as translations. Okay? That is not, it doesn't say what it actually means. Okay? They're masquerading. The social engineers they gave you this book. They're telling a bunch of lies. They're false translation. It's been edited few thousands of times throughout history. Okay? What the Bible actually talks about in the Old Testament, it talks about human origins, how we got here, who actually created human beings, okay, how the human society came to exist, who actually created the human society, the fights and the wars between the beings who came here. Okay, Yahweh is not the true God of creation; He's one of them, the fraction of Elo and Enki. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
True. People don't even know where these stories come from.
Yeah. They've
The
never they've never really looked into the mythologies,
yeah,
how the Sumerian, mythologies, the Egyptian mythologies, the Hindu, mythologies, the Nordic, mythologies, because all of these predate, how the Bible, and you see the similarities within all of them, and that's what like you try to bring this shit up, like you talk about the flood,
the
and
flood. Yeah,
yeah, and Noah, but dude, this story existed in Sumeria with Zeus. His name was
Zusudra.
yeah Zusudra,
Zusudra.
and it was another one. I think his name was Utnapishtim, and it's pretty much the same story.
Same story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead of God, I think one of them was Marduk, and I think the other one was damn, I can't think of but he
Elo or Idol Elo Enki, I think.
it was you know Marduk was like a earlier version of Enki,
Yeah,
because they all had like just different names for like different time frames, but it's like the same story. But this is the oldest name for one of the main Sumerian gods, because one of Enki's names was also Hel-Ea, Hel-Ea.
yeah,
Like if you ever heard of EA sports games, fucking EI.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it is the same. Every single ancient civilization in the ancient past throughout the venue of the world, like whether it's Mesoamerica, Mesopotamia, North America, North Europe, Africa, East Asia, talks about these beings who came with high level technology. Their technology was like so advanced, it was like magic, it was godly technology. It was like type 3, type 4 civilization. And that explains you why we cannot duplicate the pyramids of Giza. I mean, a lot of archaeological buildings there they come that we still have from the ancient past. Us humans right now cannot duplicate them. We cannot do them. The sculptures, the buildings in the ancient, from the ancient Rome, the pyramids of Giza in Egypt, the ziggurat in Machu Picchu. We can't do them. It's impossible. But who created them? Who did them? Do you think human beings can do that? This kind of buildings? Of course not. You see what I'm saying? People don't question that. So yeah, this is the average. I need to bring my vomit puppet. Uh, and people say, oh, the pyramid Giza were made uh, through pulling and ropes and slaves lifting bu- the big buildings and blocks through pulling and ropes and all that. That's what people think how the pyramids were built. This is how the pyramid were built. Yeah, fucking retards. Of course, it's not human beings doing the pyramids. It has to be some type of ancient civilization with high level technology who were able to do that. It's not that difficult to understand that. Do you go in and do an interview in the streets, asking people who built the pyramids? Look how dumb they're gonna most look how dumb they're gonna sound. Most people say, "Oh, the pyramid were oh the Egyptians did them. We did that. Humans did that. We pulled some ropes, uh, lifting the tons of building blocks and creating absolute verbal diarrhea. They don't. They're so dumb that yeah, and then yeah, that's all. That's that fucking
I found the name of the deity I was talking about. His name was Shamash, and he was
Shamash. Yeah,
yeah, and then he was also called Utu. Yeah, Shamash was one of the earliest main gods in the Sumerian dynasty, and I would also say he also was what led pretty much the same god that's still being worshipped today. you
yeah,
know.
yeah. What about Dagon, the god, the fish god?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Dagon. Yep.
that's where the Pope Myro comes from. The
Yeah.
fish god, the the big Myro that the Pope wears. You know, it's a it's the worship of the ancient these beings who came here thousands of years ago. I do believe we are the creation of these beings. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not scientific fiction. All you have to listen. All you have to go is trace the evidence genetically as humans, study the human genetic physiology. Okay, and understand the true dialectic of human origin of Darwinian evolution and creationism. Okay, we don't just come from the monkeys and evolved into humans throughout the history of throughout history out of nowhere like this. And obviously the true god of creation did not create human beings the way we are, imperfect beings like us, having more than 4,000 genetic defects in our genome. It's something else than human beings who didn't have our interests or ours. Their interests are hearts. They didn't care about us, created us. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense.
Yeah. Um.
They developed the same system of slavery that we live in.
Yeah.
Okay.
How you brought up Dagon, how when you see pictures of Shamash, he
Sure.
still has that kind of Dagon fish like, like headpiece. And then too, he has the symbolic symbol of the masculine and the feminine, the zero and the one, how the zero being the womb, and you can say like how the one symbol, being the phallics.
Phallic, the
Yeah,
phallic.
yeah. So it's funny because like you see these symbols depicted in so many cultures throughout time. It's not just how the Sumerian culture, hell just do your homework, and you'll see so many similarities, so the same gods that they were worshiping hell back then, it don't matter if his name was Shamash, Utu, Marduk, Ei, hell Enki, um, Zeus,
Yahweh.
yeah, yeah, hell Yahweh, Dagon, Ten, hell one day I think I came with like 40 different names of of this main deity, Jupiter, dust Petar, like it's like I'll take your
So many
pick.
of them. They're the same Zeus.
Yep.
They're the same name. Is these beings? Yeah. It's not a conspiracy. A lot of people, humanity is, we don't even know our origins. Who actually created human beings? That's how humiliating we are. How humiliated we've been to. We've been humiliated throughout history as a species. It's very sad and painful. And I think humanity this year is gonna be World War III is happening. Folks, you think it's a joke or that's a lot of things you people in the so most people being naive children think that oh they're never gonna do World War III. It's impossible. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna destroy the planets. Oh, I hear some people say nukes are not even real. There's no such thing as nuclear weapons. No,
Yeah, I've heard that
it's
too.
a conspiracy. It's fake. Yeah. Wait until they start using nukes, and then you're gonna find out quickly how real they are, and you're gonna piece. And then you know that they want people to be that naive. So when the shit hits the fan, people are not gonna be prepared, and they can control. They can bring draconian control, and people won't rebel at that. It's easy. They all the trick in the book, and they got people by the balls. Okay, they got them by the balls.
Hell, I've always kind of seen World War III a little bit more different
Different, yeah.
than World War I. Because we all know, you know, hell after, hell the events that plagued, Germany. Then of course we had hell World War II, and how we teamed up with the communists to stop National Socialism, which it never really was stopped. It never really
They
ended.
exist, yeah.
Yeah, it just went underground and got bigger and better. But I always saw World War III, which I would say is far past the beginning stages, but it was going to start within the spiritual realm, like the internal realm first. Then it's
Yeah.
going to spill out onto the physical realm. So that's kind of how I've always seen, the events of World War III taking place, and we are seeing it, play out, like before our eyes. You know, it ain't something how that just started. This shit has been going on for decades and decades upon decades upon decades upon decades. And that's the thing is people need to be getting prepared. You know,
Yeah,
Pe-
most people are not ready for what's coming. And yeah, you said it correctly. It's gonna start in the spiritual realm. Folks, the amount of devastation and pain when World War III is gonna start with first of all, they're not gonna even use nukes at first. It's gonna be a conventional war. NATO just announced 90,000 troops in the eastern flank by Finland and Poland, blocking Kaliningrad, the East European flank in the Baltic states. They're putting exercise there to deter Russian attack. And people is think it's a conspiracy. It's not true. It's not. It's a exercise drill, which to me is not even an exercise. It's actually World War III. They're just preparing. They're revealing the leak of the document of so-called document leaked by Russia about World War III plan. It was a false flag. It was a Galen dialectic problem reaction solution to justify the steady fast preparedness and NATO drill in May 2024. That's what it was. People still can't see this shit. Okay, it's gonna get worse and worse, worse and worse. Humanity have no idea. Everything is difficult. You know what I'm saying?
well, this is what humanity, deserves. Like,
This is exactly
yeah,
when
this
we
is what
are
he
in the moral
deserves.
species. We do not know what's right or wrong. we still believe in erroneous belief system. A lot of people condone a lot of immoral behaviors. We don't know what's right or wrong. Um, we start people performing their actual rights. They do not cause harm to any other beings. People are accept. They still believe that the police and the military are the good guys. They're there to protect you. When in point of fact, nothing could be further from the truth. And that's what humanity deserves.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
It's that's here's what's gonna happen to humanity. We past we already passed the apocalyptical times. Apocalypse just means the revealing of the veil. Okay, comes from the Greek word apocalypto. Apocalypse means revealing of the veil. Okay, right now we are in a time of cosmic justice. Okay, concept of Chileism. We are already here, very close to. Okay, the humanity is about to witness cosmic justice from the creator of universe. Okay, just want to try to get rid of you. Nature was is about to wipe us out from this planet because we are in a moral trash species that we don't deserve this planet, quite frankly, and and it's gonna be we're gonna endure so much pain, and then that pain will result to a merciful extinction of humanity. And period. We're gonna the that's it. That's what's gonna happen, and it's rightfully deserved. Okay, we deserve that, and me quite frankly, I don't give a damn if I leave this place. I done what I have to do. I'm very blessed to know what I know, because most people they're gonna die. They're gonna face cosmic justice from God, from the creator of the universe, true God of creation. They're gonna tell you you're gonna be look like an asshole in front of him, in front of this force. They say, "What did you do on planet Earth when there was tyranny and slavery at the average per person?" It's not me say be a religious guy or throwing some nonsense. It's actually true. Okay, there's a lot of proofs about this. It's not
Yep.
some new age bullshit. Sure, you did nothing. When people are gonna face cosmic justice, they're gonna ask themselves, "What did you do?" This force is gonna ask you, "What did you do on planet Earth when there was tyranny and slavery? You did nothing. You just accepted. You were quiet, subservient, obedient slave who did not
Yeah.
rebel against the system." When you knew about all of this, you see, and people think it's a joke. Yeah, you'll find out when people are gonna find out.
Yeah. And I've talked about Themis in my work many times, and how she was symbolic of not just cosmic justice, but cosmic retribution.
Retribution,
Yep,
exactly.
yep. You get what you were owed. And unfortunately, the debt that humanity has, the only retribution is possibly going extinction, you know?
Exchange, and we deserve that. Absolutely deserve that. Unless there is a miracle happen, people starting to, which is, come on, that's not gonna happen. It should have happened long time ago.
Hell, by that time it'll be too late,
Too late, exactly. It's
because
gonna be so late that
yeah,
as soon
because
as people are gonna start, oh, natural boom, nukes already, or a fucking asteroid already colliding the planet Earth, and the Earth is just disappeared. So
yeah, because suffering is a form of friction. You know, friction, hell, enough friction can cause enough change upon anything. But the problem is people obviously haven't suffered enough, because they haven't changed their mind. So the universe is going to give us even more of that suffering. But it may be to a point to where it may be too late, to try to change. Like there is a window that's fastly closing here. It's not like we have all the fucking time, like in the world to say, well, hell, I can't do anything, because I'm still doing, have my shadow work, like the best time is now to start, speaking out, you know. Too many people don't want to do that. And, hell, when that Themis comes, hell when Ishvet comes,
I'll
gonna
be
be
so anti that most people look. In some cases, I understand why the so-called elite, which are the elite of nothing, the elite of the bottom of a garbage bin, the elite of. But anyway, besides that, I understand why the so-called ruling class are doing what they're doing. I understand them. I don't agree with their way of doing this shit because I think people should be educated. But I understand because they're tired of this dross called humanity. Okay, and people talking when I say, "Oh, humanity is so good. We are you good people." They want to blame the elite. Oh, they're doing no, 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 no. Don't blame. No, it's not him, not her. It's you, you. Blame you. You are the problem.
yep.
You are the problem. Okay,
How can you say
not her,
humanity is
not
even
him.
good? Like, yeah,
You are the problem. Look in the mirror.
hell, this is the problem. Hell, like you said earlier, people, people can't even define their words. So, like, how can you say humanity is good? Because if you could define good, you wouldn't put humanity and good in the same fucking sentence because we are not good. You can't be
Exactly.
good if you are hell immoral. You can't be good if you are incorrect. You can't be good if you don't care about truth. So, hell, did you have any hell last words? How we going on an hour and 20 minutes, and how we've been at hell a lot this episode.
Yeah, we did good. We talked about pretty much everything. Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to say is huh, enjoy this shithole. What I think is, I don't think humanity can ever be saved. It's too late. People are very ignorant, and it's too late. It's late in the game. You know what I'm saying? I think they should. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. A lot of suffering should happen for people to wake up. You see what I'm saying? It's sad. You
Yeah,
wanna so yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Check out my channel and check out Brandon channels on YouTube. Brandon Spencer. Check out my channel Axel Dai. We're putting out good content, so there's a lot of fortunately, even the effort is a peaceful pittance. There's still people out there who care about truth and doing something about it to end slavery. Okay, because that's what it is. That's we are enslaved. People still don't understand what the word slavery means. They want to associate slavery with black slavery. We know, yeah, black slavery was bad, was evil, should have never happened. Okay, but that's not it. That's not what slavery means. It's a, black slavery is slavery, yes. What happened during the Civil War era, but it has much deeper meaning. Slavery, it's a claim of ownership. Okay, well, as humans, whether you're black, white, you live in the USA and Brazil or Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria or China or Australia or France, you're still enslaved. No matter where you go on earth, you are, as long as you have this thing called government, you are a fucking slave. You are enslaved. Okay, this is what people don't understand. People don't even know that we are enslaved. The matrix of slavery that people accept. Unbelievable.
yeah. People like getting their cheeks busted and bent over, by the government. And how my closing words, how would be is start getting prepared. because Themis is coming for humanity's ass, and it's not going to be good. And I'll leave it
Very
at
bad.
that. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
well, hell, thanks for coming on, Axel. Hell, it was a great talk. A lot of vitriol, a lot of, great points, a lot of truth. I know most people wouldn't even be able to listen to this video, hell, just because, you know, hell, some of the shit we said, and that's the problem with people. People are too weak, people are too fucking soft. People don't want to get to, hell, the core problems, hell, that humanity faces, because all of our problems lie in consciousness and being ignorant and an immoral species. That's where
That's what
all of
we
our
are, in a
problems.
moral
Yep,
species like humanity, and we deserve what's coming.
yep,
Don't come here and say, "Oh, we are good. Humanity is good." Humanity is a big fucking garbage. Okay, big fucking bag of shit. Unfortunately, that's the condition of humanity. It's not our nature where that's the condition of slavery that we are in. That's what humanity is. Thank you for having me on, Brandon. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. We'll probably organize another interview in the near future.
yeah,
So let me know.
yeah. Hell, anytime, man. Hell, you're always welcome to come back here. Hell, whenever you want. Hell, just let me know. And thanks all of the individuals, who watch this. And as Made in Liberty says, peace the fuck out.
The effects are inherent in their causes. We observe every day that causes produce consequences. But most people are so much interested in their own ideas about consequences that they overlook the problem of causation.